Today, I wanted to talk about the top 10 architecture schools to attend for your undergraduate degree within the United States. First of all, as a disclaimer, this survey was completed by Design Intelligence. They wanted to There is another motorcycle. When I say best architecture schools, I'm talking about the schools that generally prepare their students for the architectural world and how to thrive in the professional environment. So overall, how they came up with this list is they analyzed the faculty, how esteemed are they, the students and their personal experience, the facilities that the students had access to while they were learning, because ultimately the goal here is pure education with architecture. I've noticed a general problem that a lot of architecture students might have experienced is that they are so keen on softwares, model making, and so on and so forth, but just keep that in mind. And lastly, before we get into it, all schools I'm mentioning for their successful undergraduate architecture degree programs are accredited by the National Architectural Accrediting Board. So coming in hot at number 1 is Cornell University. It is an Ivy League institution in Ithaca, New York. It has a whopping 11% acceptance rate, and tuition for that comes at a very cheap price of $57,222. Also, I don't know why tuition prices are like that specific. Why isn't it like why isn't it cheaper, but also why is it $222? It never made sense to me, but I don't know, whatever. Number 2 is the Rhode Island School of Design. It is a private nonprofit institution in Providence, Rhode Island. It has about a 24% acceptance rate, and tuition there is $49,900 per year. Number 3 would be Rice University, located in Houston, Texas. It has a 11% acceptance rate, and its undergraduate tuition per year is $48,000. Number 4 is Copper Union. It is a private nonprofit college in New York, New York. It has a 16% acceptance rate, and its undergraduate tuition per year averages around $44,000. Number 5 is Syracuse University. I personally visited Syracuse University when I was applying to transfer, and it's located in Syracuse, New York. It has about a 50% acceptance rate, and the undergraduate tuition there is around $51,000 a year. When I visited Syracuse, it wasn't me. It was really cold there. I was already in Ohio, but Syracuse just seemed that much more cold, and also their mascot was an orange. I don't know, it didn't feel right, but if you love it, I'm not trying to bash on your school at all. Number 6 is Virginia Tech. It is in Blacksburg, Virginia. I did apply to this university when I was in high school, and I also got accepted here, and I've never personally visited, but it has about a 65% acceptance rate, and for undergraduate tuition, it is about $32,835 per year for out of state, and if you are in state, it is only $13,000 per year. Number 7 is Pratt Institute. I also visited this campus, and the campus is so cool. I also applied here to transfer, and I did get in, and it is located in Brooklyn, New York. If you had the opportunity, or you're from around the New York area and you're looking to go to Pratt, please go visit the campus. It's awesome. It has about a 51% acceptance rate, and undergraduate tuition comes at a whopping $49,810 per year. Number 8 is California Polytechnic State University. It's located in San Luis, California, and it has around a 31% acceptance rate. Undergraduate tuition for out-of-staters is around $37,850 per year, and if you are in-state, it is $10,050 per year. Number 9, we have the University of Texas, Austin. I personally have also visited this campus, and it is beautiful. It is located in Austin, Texas, has a 39% acceptance rate, and the undergraduate tuition comes to a total of $37,580 for out-of-state. In-state tuition is $10,610. And number 10 would be SCIARC, which is also known as Southern California Institute of Architecture. It's located in Los Angeles, California, and according to College Niche, it has a 100% acceptance rate. Undergraduate tuition rate there is $44,960. I just wanted to let you guys know that majority majority of these graduates from the colleges that I mentioned, when they got out in the working world, majority of them preferred to be self-employed. So I think these schools do a fantastic job of teaching architecture, and it really gets your creative juices going. And I think it gets kind of disappointing when you go into the working world and it's not as creative as your undergrad or grad degree is. Just keep that in mind. And here are some 5 tips to keep in mind before choosing your undergraduate architecture institution. Number 1 is learn about your faculty at your college that you want to go to. Larger urban schools tend to draw in more diverse faculty members that have been practicing for a while versus very small institutions, just because it's not in their budget. If you go to one of these larger schools, you are going to be more exposed to more professionals in the world, and you also might get that name recognition. Anytime I tell somebody that I went to Ohio State, we are ranked 33 for architecture for undergrad, but anytime I tell somebody I went to Ohio State, they're like, oh, you're a Buckeye, but you know, you get that name recognition. Granted, it's from football, not the architecture program, and because Knowlton was such a big school, I had a wide variety of professors that I was able to get close with and conversate with about their personal experiences with architecture. Number 2 would be to try and tour any architecture facilities at these undergraduate institutions that you are looking to apply to. Not all colleges are created equal. I am sure you are aware of that. In high school, it's a great time to go on college road trips. I don't know how that's going to go for the class of 21 given the whole coronavirus pandemic. Send emails to your colleges, your dream colleges, and if you have any questions about the university or the facilities, or you know, how many 3D printers you have, these are really great questions to ask your admissions counselor. The more facilities and resources you have, the happier you'll probably be, and the more successful your projects are going to be. It doesn't mean if you go to a smaller architecture institution, your projects are going to be crap. That's not what I'm implying, but I'm saying that your time in architecture school might be easier than if you go to a smaller architecture school that doesn't have as many resources as you do. So just keep that in mind once again. Number 3 would be set personal goals. Are you looking to teach at the end of this? If you are looking to teach, I would go for a highly name recognizable school. And if you are just looking to become a licensed architect and the degree really doesn't mean that much to you, no offense, but if it doesn't mean that much to you, then honestly, maybe save that money. All the tuition I mentioned on this list is pretty pricey. Make the smart financial decision if you are just looking to practice architecture. Number 4, make sure that your undergrad degree is accredited by the NAAB. Otherwise, really, you went to college for nothing. To become licensed in architecture, you will have to jump through some hoops, but it is so important that your undergrad degree is from a accredited university. Otherwise, it literally means nothing. Number 5 is understand what you're signing up for. So some institutions are going to offer a 4-year pre-professional degree. That is what I did at Ohio State, and now I have to do a master's degree at University of Pennsylvania. You have to think really hard about, do you think you're only going to practice? If that's the case, you may want to go for a 5-year degree, a professional degree, meaning that you only have to go to college for 5 years. This is why I applied to transfer 3-ish years ago from Ohio State. I ended up staying at OSU anyway, but from Ohio State, that's why I looked to transfer schools. You could also do a 4+2-year program at the same university, or you could go the route I'm going where it's the 4+3 years.
There's so many options. Honestly, I might make another video about it just because it can be so confusing.